surname, no?
I'd rather not give me surname. What's your collar number? Are you recording?
Am I recording? Yes, I am recording.
Why didn't you tell me?
Okay.
Why didn't you tell me?
Because I've only just started recording.
You put it on in the car, didn't you?
Okay, I've only just started recording.
Right, well, you need to tell.
We're going to detain you for the purpose of a search. Okay.
You never told me. You never told me why you were.
Cameras on me.
Okay.
Yeah, we're supposed to tell people.
Alright, I'm not comfortable you being on police premises whilst.
Couldn't care less whether you're comfortable or not.
Okay, that's fine. Okay.
This is a tyrant here, people.
Okay, what's your name,
She's going to
sir?
search us. It's none of your business.
It is my business.
No, it's
You're
not.
on police
Trust me,
premises.
trust me, it's not
taking
none of your
photographs
business.
and videos.
Trust me, it's none of your business.
Watch out, buddy.
Really isn't any of your business. It's a public place. I can take pictures. Come on then, off you go.
Contained under
43.
Section 43. Yeah. Search under the Terrorism Act. So on PC Lynch based.
From the very start, the situation takes an unexpected.
Can I get a copy of that?
Put your arm down. No, don't
I'll put
away.
that there. I'm putting it there. Excuse me, I'm entitled to film, okay?
You're not. I'm asking you
If I want to film your personal cars, I can. There's no law against
I'm
it.
asking you to leave.
And I wouldn't have done. Don't touch me, I'm on public. Get
It
lost.
doesn't matter that you're on public.
Say
Okay,
hello to-
keep walking away.
No, I can be here if I want to be. All right, you're going to get yourself in deep trouble, lass.
Okay.
If you touch me, deep
Why?
trouble because
Why?
I'm not doing anything wrong. You've searched me. You're satisfied.
We've told you
I'm
to
stood
stop
here.
filming our vehicles
I'm allowed to. You're
and
not
our
allowed to do
personal
that.
cars,
You're not allowed
okay?
to do that.
So please leave.
You're not allowed to do that.
Why,
No, I
why
won't.
are you here then?
Because I feel like it. Catching tyrants like you and him. I will stand here and I will get every single personal car now, whereas I wouldn't have before.
Would you? Okay.
Excuse me. Right, this is just all. Deep trouble. Deep trouble. Deep. Say goodbye.
Once the frisk turns up nothing, you'd expect her to step back, but she doesn't. Instead, she escalates. Matt continues filming in a public space, fully within his rights, yet she starts pushing him and knocking his camera around. At that point, it's obvious this is no longer about enforcing the law. It's about removing someone she simply doesn't want there. Unfortunately, scenes like this aren't rare. When officers realize they don't have solid legal grounds, some resort to pressure and intimidation. What should have been a routine check ends up becoming something else entirely. Matt stays calm and holds his ground, but the situation shifts from a basic safety concern into a clear display of authority being pushed too far.
These guys won't open the door now because they've just assaulted me outside the police station and took my phone off me because I was filming the cars. Well, love, this is what it gets you. Make a note of every single one of them, and that's that stupid cow that works there, but not for much longer. Well done, Ben. You were absolutely right. That was pretty much one of the most shocking ones I've ever come across. Actually assaulted on the public land and had my phone stolen off me. And they've just got themselves in a whole heap of trouble. And yes, I will be pursuing this one, make no mistake about it. A lot of the ones where I get a bit of aggro off them, I tend not to do anything. It takes something special, and this is a special.
Fortunately, Matt didn't stay quiet about what happened. He sought legal support from HNK, filed a claim, and ultimately received compensation for the unjustified search and the force used against him. It shows that, at least to some extent, the system can be held accountable when things go wrong. When someone later asked if he had made a fortune, Matt joked that he got millions, though in reality, the payout was likely much smaller. The more troubling part is where that money comes from. It isn't taken from the officer responsible, but from public funds, meaning taxpayers end up covering the cost of misconduct. And if Matt's experience feels concerning, there's more to come. Mr. Auditor also took his case to court, and he'll reveal exactly what compensation he received.
This is private property and you're recording. These are private vehicles.
They are private vehicles, and I am coming. I walked slower than you.
Faster than that a minute ago.
I know, but my legs are aching now.
Come on.
My legs are aching, just give me a minute. Have a bit of compassion for people who's got bad legs.
Come on. You're so right down now. Come on.
You sound like you're talking to a dog, you know. Come on, come on.
It's trespassing. Can I ask you what you're doing, sir?
You can ask me, yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to stop you right there. What are you doing? Yes, please. Can I ask you what your name is?
Yeah, I'm not going to tell you.
Okay, you're currently trespassing on police property. Can I ask you what your name is?
You can ask me, yeah, I'm not telling
Okay, so
you.
what's your name?
I'm not telling you.
At 5:52, Mr. Auditor was already leaving the car park, calmly walking alongside an officer and following every instruction. The situation was completely under control until a second officer suddenly rushed in, seemingly unaware of what was going on. Without any context, he immediately accused Mr. Auditor of trespassing and demanded his personal details. But here's the issue. The gate was wide open, there were no warning signs, and entering an unmarked area like that isn't a criminal offense. It's usually a civil matter at most. Mr. Auditor had already agreed to leave peacefully. Instead of calming things down, the second officer chose to escalate. When Mr. Auditor respectfully refused to provide his details, the officer didn't stop to reassess. He pushed the situation further, turning a controlled moment into a confrontation. Mr. Auditor fully complied when asked to leave the police car park. No resistance, no trouble. The gate was open, and there were no clear entry signs. At most, the situation could have been considered a civil trespass, not a criminal matter. Yet just as he was exiting, a second officer stepped in, accused him of trespassing, and demanded his personal details. Mr. Auditor calmly refused, knowing he wasn't legally required to identify himself in that situation. He even gave the officer a clear choice: either arrest him or let him go. Instead of de-escalating, the officer escalated the situation, detaining him without citing any law, then later attempting to justify it by referencing Section 43 of the Terrorism Act, which actually requires specific and reasonable suspicion of terrorism. Since Mr. Auditor had already agreed to leave peacefully, the detention had no valid basis. He later accepted a private settlement of £6,000 paid from public funds, raising serious concerns about accountability and who truly bears the cost of such actions. In a similar incident, Matt was standing on a public sidewalk, legally filming the exterior of a police station. An officer admitted she simply felt uncomfortable with him recording. Despite that, she carried out an unnecessary search and even pushed his camera away. Matt stood firm, documented everything, and later took legal action. Like Mr. Auditor, he received compensation in the low thousands, again funded by taxpayers, not the officer involved. In both cases, there was no real threat to public safety. What should have been routine, low-risk encounters were escalated unnecessarily into displays of authority, ignoring proper legal procedures. The result? 2 individuals briefly detained.
Okay, can you explain to me why you're trespassing on police property?
Well, the gate was open, I didn't see any signs, and it looked like it was public.
So,
If it's not public, then I'll leave.
excuse me, what?
If it's not public, then I will leave.
It's
Okay.
not public, fella. There's plenty of signs on the gate that says police
The
property.
gate was open, I didn't see the sign. So, anyway, like I say, I mean, if it's not public, then I'll leave.
I'm asking you for your details.
I know you're
You're
asking
currently
me.
on the property that belongs to police, and
I
it
know.
shouldn't be. There's
Yeah.
no access to public here. Can I
Well, the
ask you?
gate was open.
Okay, can I ask you why you're here?
You can ask, yeah. My clients told me not to say anything.
Okay, who's your client?
None of your business.
Okay, so I'm again going to ask you, why are you filming in police property and police personnel and also police vehicles whilst you're here?
And I've answered that already.
Okay, I'm asking you why.
And I've answered that. My client said I'm not to tell anybody.
Okay, just detain this male here for me one second.
No, you're not detaining me.
Yes, you are.
No.
You are.
Exactly
You
where
are.
you
What are you
are.
detaining me
Until I can
for?
ascertain why you're on police
We need to
property
know what
and
your
what your
name is.
details are, you'll stay
Well,
exactly
you need
where
to
you
tell
are.
me why you're detaining me. Why are you detaining me? What section?
You're on police property,
What
fella.
section?
You
You can't-
shouldn't be here.
I've
You'll
got
stay
to.
exactly where you are?
No, I won't.
Okay,
I won't.
what's your details?
I'm not telling you my
Okay.
details. You're either going to arrest me or you're going to let me go. That's it. That's the only
Okay,
options
in
you've
that
got.
case, you're under arrest.
Mr. Auditor fully complied when asked to leave the police car park. No resistance, no trouble. The gate was open, and there were no clear entry signs. At most, the situation could have been considered a civil trespass, not a criminal matter. Yet just as he was exiting, a second officer stepped in, accused him of trespassing, and demanded his personal details. Mr. Auditor calmly refused, knowing he wasn't legally required to identify himself in that situation. He even gave the officer a clear choice: either arrest him or let him go. Instead of de-escalating, the officer escalated the situation, detaining him without citing any law, then later attempting to justify it by referencing Section 43 of the Terrorism Act, which actually requires specific and reasonable suspicion of terrorism. Since Mr. Auditor had already agreed to leave peacefully, the detention had no valid basis. He later accepted a private settlement of £6,000 paid from public funds, raising serious concerns about accountability and who truly bears the cost of such actions. In a similar incident, Matt was standing on a public sidewalk, legally filming the exterior of a police station. An officer admitted she simply felt uncomfortable with him recording. Despite that, she carried out an unnecessary search and even pushed his camera away. Matt stood firm, documented everything, and later took legal action. Like Mr. Auditor, he received compensation in the low thousands, again funded by taxpayers, not the officer involved. In both cases, there was no real threat to public safety. What should have been routine, low-risk encounters were escalated unnecessarily into displays of authority, ignoring proper legal procedures. The result? 2 individuals briefly detained, their rights undermined, and public trust